actually saying 50 sections over there. It said 48. We had it that way for an hour, then we came back over here, then we came back over there for another hour. Why didn't we just go here in the first place?
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have 2 more tables to go to?
Yes.
One? Yes. Two tables. Okay, let's start that. Your time at your next table starts now. Come on, April.
What do I think is crossing your mind? Mine just takes. Why am I here? You went to the staring at the camera. What is that?
You would come all that way and you'd only be excited just to see what you were. I'll be so excited about who's over here. I think you're excited about the Statue of Liberty. How would be mine? Why would you be excited to see the Statue of Liberty? What did the Statue of Liberty mean to them?
This thing can't see me all the way over here.
That they maybe have the opportunity to live a better life. All right, give me 5. Okay, these will be. That I don't have everybody giving me five. Okay, this is gonna be your last table, correct?
Yes.
Okay, last table. Your time starts now. I'll tell you when. Switch, go.
Look at the crowd waiting. That was participant. They had waited. We have in a long line to be, they were just sitting there waiting a long time. They were sleeping on one bed. They might have to be and wait on if they pass their test. I can't sleep with why would you somebody else to
you can't give me five and so continue to talk. Okay, this is your last picture. This time, when the timer goes off, you can just go straight back to your seat, and I'll know that you're ready when you are sitting down with your voice off, eyes on me. Ready? Last picture, time starts now.
Study this photograph carefully. Note the crowd that is together. They are traveling together in space. Sleeping in crowded in your opinion, it would
It's the only one that's allowed a long time. He's the only one that's
Do your next job. There's the timer. Do your numbers. Oh, that's pretty good. We're almost there. Okay, so thinking back to this I can statement up here, we were going to describe immigration in the perspective of immigrants. So now that you have walked around and you've seen 12 different pictures, can you describe immigration in a different way than we had originally described it at the beginning? Think about it. I'll ask the question again. Can you describe immigration from the perspective of an immigrant? Not just somebody learning about immigration, looking in from the outside, but put yourself in the shoes of one of these people that you saw in the picture. Jimmy?
If I was one of those immigrants and I finally made it to where the Statue of Liberty was in Ellis Island, and I got checked, and then I would probably feel sad if they sent me back to my homeland, and I wouldn't be able to start my new life and get more money and stuff.
Okay, so you would kind of actually pretty similar to what Katie said. So Jimmy said that he would feel, what was the word that you used?
Depressed that I wasn't able to get more money and start my new life.
Okay, so Jimmy said that he would be a little upset if he got here and realized, well, I'm working for pretty low wages. I'm not going to end up making as much money as I had thought. Katie, we had a pretty good discussion about people who were sent back home because they didn't pass their medical examination. Katie, what did we talk about when we were standing over at table 1? How would you feel if you were one of those immigrants who got sent back because you didn't pass your medical inspection? Everybody else in your family did, and you didn't, and you had to be sent back. How would you feel?
I'd feel really bad because then my family would get to go start their new life. They'd have to leave me behind, and I'd be different than them all.
Right, okay. So do you see how the tables are kind of turning a little bit? First, we looked at immigration from the outside, and we said, yeah, it was a really good thing. There were some not so good things about it, but now that we're kind of stepping in the shoes of one of these immigrants, we can kind of say, wow, maybe life wasn't as good for them as we thought it would be. Mark that down.
What if they do if a child didn't pass the inspection but their parents did?
Well, I would say that that child would just be sent back. Hopefully, there would be other family back in the country that they came from.
Or the mother could stand with
Or I would say that's probably a good point. In some cases, maybe a parent or an older sibling would just have to take that child back until they got better. And then maybe they could come back and try again. There's one card in particular. Let's see. Is it this one? No, that's one I was talking about with Katie. Let me see here. There's a number on this side somewhere. Oh, okay. Kind of along the same things. Describe whether you would have wanted to stay in the United States if some of your family had been shipped back. So that kind of goes with what we were talking about. So how would you have felt about staying in the United States if, let's say, your mom and your little brother and your sister all got sent back?
I would have gone back.
What do you think?
I would have gone back.
You think you would have gone back? Okay, raise your hand if you think you would have stayed in the United States, left your family behind, and said,
You're a crazy person.
no, nobody's crazy. It's just their personal opinion. It's just their personal choice.
But
Okay.
I want to make.
I would love to hear your answers, but I can't hear 15 answers at once.
question.
Okay, Reed, you said that you would stay. Why would you stay in the United States if the rest of your family got shipped back?
Well, they would probably want me to stay in the United States because they wouldn't want me to get the disease.
Okay.
And if I stay in the United States, I might be able to get money, so I could give them money to help them.
Ah, okay, so maybe kind of like Grace's family, where they would depend on her to make money. So maybe your family's depending on you to make money. Okay, how about on the other side, if you were someone who would say, no, I think I would go back with my family who got sent back. Dawson? What would be your reasoning behind not staying here but leaving with your family?
Because then I'd have to be with maybe somebody I didn't even know, and I'd have to get to know them, and something goes wrong, I can't even count on my family to be there, so I would just
Okay.
stay with them.
So you're just sticking with your family no matter what. Okay. Kamora, last person. Go ahead.
Making money and stuff like that, working.
Okay, so
I might
you
just be alone.
okay, so you wouldn't want to be alone. You're kind of like Dawson. You're gonna stick with your family no matter what, right?
I would.
Okay. My paper collector Dawson is gonna come give you a piece of notebook paper. Here is the question that you Our answer, not to be. Okay, it says, think about the primary sources that we view today from the era of immigration. Describe. Can it be one word? Can it be one sentence? If you describe something, can it be one word or one sentence?
No.
Probably not. Describe the experience of an immigrant in his or her perspective. Something that I saw that was kind of cool. Quentin, over here at table 2, was almost like talking out like a letter that he was writing. Didn't I hear you do that, Quentin? So maybe that could be a good way to describe the experience of an immigrant and their perspective. Pretend like you are the immigrant. Maybe you're writing a letter home, or you're writing a letter back to a friend in your other country. I'm kind of leaving this open for you to decide how you want to do it, as long as you describe the experience of an immigrant from an immigrant's perspective. Okay, you're not just saying, you're not just taking a stance from the outside looking in. You're pretending that you are that immigrant. Yes.
Can you act like you ran away to get to America and you're like riding back to your family?
Whatever stance you want to take on it, but as long as you answer the question, describe the experience of an immigrant. That's the most important part, okay? As you're working, I'm gonna come pick up these big pictures, so have your papers up. I love how table 3 has already started working so hard. You don't understand what it's asking you to do? Okay, think about the pictures that you viewed today. Describe the experience of immigration in the perspective of an immigrant. This paper I was on this side. Okay, so what could you say if you were an immigrant and let's say that you were writing a letter home? What are you going to say? Are you going to say it was such a great trip? Now that I'm here, it was so easy. I made lots of money. Are those the type of things that an immigrant would say? No. Okay, so think about it. Big compliment to table 6 for doing an awesome job. Tell me, if you were an immigrant, what you saw, what you heard, what you felt. Say that I'm saying now, think about the people who first came to our country during the exploration. There were no such thing as Americans. There were people who migrated from different countries and discovered our country. Our country was founded on immigrants. If it weren't for explorers from other countries migrating into our country,
Maybe we could have Native Americans. I got this.
AMERICA.
I missed two.
Just your experience. Remember, you are the immigrant. You're not telling me about them. You're pretending that you are the immigrant. You're telling me from an immigrant's perspective. So you shouldn't really be saying they. You could be saying I. You're putting yourself in the shoes of an immigrant. So what? Kind of like what I told you. Would you rather be if you were an immigrant? You would say, wow, you had such a great trip. Not crowded at all. The boat was awesome. Was a breeze to get into the United States. Would I be saying that? You could say,
He didn't always go to but he did.
and then tell me what your life was like. You know, I thought it was gonna be better than it was. Because why? I came through my life it should be better, but really, what did we learn? Was it really that much better? No. So that's what you're telling me about. Okay, I'm going to compliment those people who are finished with their show what you know. They have turned it in, and now they're sitting quietly for the next, I'm going to do about 2 more minutes. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes on this show what you know, and then your time is up. Okay, well remember, you are the immigrant. So you should say, I am an immigrant coming to the United States. Tell me about your experience. Are you going to say, wow, it was such an awesome trip. The boat was awesome. Are those the type of things that you would be saying if you were an immigrant? No. Okay, so pretend like you are the immigrant. What would you be saying? How would you be feeling? What would you be seeing? What would you hear? Okay, now you're thinking. Like the inspection station? Just you can call it that? Okay, once again, I'm complimenting the people who have turned in their paper, and they are waiting quietly for the next 1 minute for my next direction. I see people telling me about the conditions on their ride to Ellis Island. They're telling me what it was like when they got to Ellis Island. They're telling me what they saw. They're telling me what they heard. They're telling me that after they lived here for a while, what they were doing for their job, how much they were being paid, how that made them feel. Okay, there's your time. Go ahead and turn your paper in. Go ahead and turn your paper in if you still have it. Make sure your name is on it.